FAMU Law has a very strong alumni base. Our alums are a huge part of the legal community, working as lawyers, judges, and in other legal positions nationwide. One very special alum is Rachelle Tasher, who is also a double rattler, meaning she went to FAMU for undergrad in Tallahassee and she also graduated from FAMU Law. Thank you so much for coming this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So you are now a U.S. attorney. Tell us about that journey.
Yes, I am an assistant U.S. attorney at the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida in Miami. I'm in the civil division, and I have the honor of representing the United States in civil cases throughout the Southern District, which is a lifetime dream. I'm big on public service, so this is something that I've always wanted to do.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
And what was your path to this position?
Oh, I had a very interesting path. When I first graduated from law school, I worked at a small firm, but I knew I always wanted to get into public service and government at a high level. So I then got a federal clerkship in St. Louis. I worked for Chief Bankruptcy Judge Kathy A. Surratt States in the 8th Circuit. And it was an amazing opportunity learning from her. I was there for 2 years, and then I got the opportunity to work in big law, where I was at Kirkland & Ellis, one of the largest firms in the world, working on corporate restructuring matters for several years. And then I got a little tap on the shoulder from the U.S. attorney who wanted someone that was a great civil litigator, someone that had bankruptcy experience to do some of the work here in the Southern District of Florida. And I grabbed the opportunity, and I've been there for about 5 years now.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. I've been an attorney for 11 years, working at the office for 5.
And what would you recommend to law students? Because you were just a rocket. And what are some of your best tips?
My best tip is to really cast a wide net. For me, no opportunity was too far or too small. I always had the big picture in mind. And I think when you do that, you allow yourself to go to different places. For example, my clerkship took me to St. Louis. I was living in New York. And I know not often people have that flexibility, but if you can do it, for me, I think it's super important, and it'll get your career on the path. And luckily, I was able to finally come back home to South Florida and be closer to family. So it all kind of worked out.
And who are your mentors?
Oh, so many people. You know, I can't really pinpoint one particular person, but over the years, I think there's so many women in particular that have impacted my career. Leslie Richards Yellen, who's one of the past presidents of the National Association of Women Lawyers, was a huge mentor for me, especially when I was in private practice, giving me tips and tools on how to navigate big law and everything that comes with it. The judge I clerked for, Judge Surratt States, really gave me and fueled my passion for pro bono service, just seeing the way she's handled her courtroom and pro se litigants, and really allowing me to, you know, have that exposure and build that. So it's been great. You
were recently added to the board of directors for the FFLA. Can you tell us about that? What is it about, and what will your role be?
Absolutely. So FFLA, new acronym for the organization. It's actually formerly the Florida Bar Foundation. So that's what it was called for many, many years, until recently they changed the name. But if you know and you're familiar with IOTA accounts, that interest that accumulates goes to this particular organization, and we're charged with dispersing those funds to legal aid services throughout the state of Florida. So the budget is upwards of millions of dollars, as you can imagine, from those funds from various accounts. And we fund all of the legal aid services, some clinics that we do as well in the community. So it's really great to be on that board and have the opportunity to have a hand in where that money goes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your work and your trajectory and these amazing opportunities. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be inspired when they see your interview, particularly law students, because I witnessed some of your journey, and it's truly inspiring. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Legal Connections continues after this.